It's a spiritual experience, at least for me when I DJ. I love it. It takes me to that higher level, that higher place without being influenced by drugs or anything. It's just like the music itself is taking me there. I'm Dion Mackenzie. My stage name is TYGAPAW. When I started it, I kind of had an idea, like I wanted to do a lot of sample-based music because I was influenced hip-hop in that aspect and R&B, and well, I really, really love 90s R&B music, like love. Influenced SWV, Total, all those like R&B girl bands of the 90s. Also the scene in LA at that time, like Low End Theory, Flying Lotus, and you know, sort of like that experimental sound and down tempo. I was very, very drawn to that because it had a lot of soul and emotions, like with the music and the sounds. I'm Jamaican and I grew up in Jamaica. The only time that you heard American pop music was on a Friday night on a radio station in Jamaica, and they played Rick Dees and the Weekly Top 40s. And I used to have a cassette player, so that was my first foray into DJing. I would just record and make my own mixtapes, all those songs, and I had a little Walkman, so I would just play it back, you know, during the week. I memorized all the songs, and I was just like, I'm feeling the hell out of this. Dancehall, you know, has influenced me and like dancing, dancehall, you know, like I've been going to parties since I was like 12. Yeah, we have, you know, these sounds. Sounds are like DJ collectives that, you know, throw the parties. It's not so much about, it's not DJ culture, it's sound culture. So it's not based off of like one person, one DJ. You know, you're coming because you hear about Stone Love playing. Stone Love is a collective, it's like a bunch of DJs under one, in one group. But when I grew up, like I never saw a woman DJing in any of these sounds. It's definitely male dominated. That's why I never looked and said like, oh, I could be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Which is really, really important now in terms of like what the climate is today, where we have all these incredible women DJing and being so amazing at it. Yeah, that Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album was really important because I felt like I had a miseducation in Jamaica, and I had to get like my world education here, where I'm just exposed to endless resources, just endless possibilities in New York and being based here, and not feeling limited. I think I made this Wounded track based off of struggling, you know, like coming out with, you know, being queer and, you know, having internalized homophobia from growing up in a very homophobic society, and, you know, just being afraid not to, like, to be myself because I wasn't allowed to. So this is kind of the song I made to be like, you know, it's okay, they're not gonna get you, like you can be you, and like you're safe now, you know, like you're in a place where you're able to like completely be yourself. I realized that if I wanted to have more control over the type of music that I'm involved with, I'm gonna probably have to do it myself. So a friend of mine gave me like Logic, and then that was like my first venture into music production. And then somebody, one of my best friends, told me about Ableton, and that kind of like really changed things for me. A lot of people don't have the opportunities to leave home, you know what I mean? They don't have that, you know, so I feel very, very blessed in that sense where I was able to go somewhere that really helped me to grow into the person and the artist that I am today. Like, I'm actually very, very, very fortunate to have that opportunity. And I don't take it for granted at all. I do not. You know, and I want to be able to create those opportunities for young girls in Jamaica. That, you know, I have so many goals. I have so many things where I would love to start a production program back home for young girls, you know, to get into producing. You don't have to be a guy to be able to make music that you want to hear, you know, to change the world in that way. You know, it's just like letting them know that they have that capability just as much as, you know, their friends that are boys.